What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. We are down here, girl, 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 girl. So we're down here, and we don't have nothing to talk about, but we kind of do. We kind of do. Let's go to the blogs, girl,
I sponsor the now. I sponsor the
Let me
blog.
tell you something.
because um, first of all,
Girl, what the fuck is you talking about?
we're going to play that because that is in direct response to Cheyenne Bryant, who was on the Breakfast Club talking about Cam Newton and Jasmine. So let me go to the post. I saved it. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. Let me know that you stopped by. I feel like we're a little tilted to the side. Let me tilt it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I think we're fine now. It was looking like Letitia and Glenn's fence over there on Bell Collective. Mhm. So let's hear what they got to say. We can't play too much because I don't know if the Breakfast Club will try to do a copyright strike, but we'll look at it. The headline the headline says Dr. Cheyenne Bryant has no remorse after Cam Newton interview fallout. Would love a conversation with his girlfriend Jasmine Brown. She needs tools on how to be in this relationship if she's going to stay. Life coach and psychologist Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is recalling her separate interviews with Nick Cannon and Cam Newton, and now she says she would love to have a conversation with Newton's girlfriend Jasmine Brown. While appearing on Power 105's Breakfast Club, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant was asked about her interviews with Nick and Cam, two successful black men known to spread their seed sparingly. I want to make a correction here. Sperm is not seed, it's actually a fertilizer. From biology class in elementary school, we all learn that the sperm fertilizes the egg. Okay? All right. Speaking about her interview with both men, Dr. Bryant said her intention with each was to shift the whole culture of black men. Good luck. Into thinking about creating more husbands than baby daddies. Most of them should remain baby daddies. Most of them have no business trying to be anyone's husband. Be clear. And she said her intent was manifested. Indeed, it was Dr. Cheyenne Bryant's conversation with Cam was explosive and even resulted in a heavy fallout affecting his relationships and his current girlfriend and child's mother, Jasmine Brown, and his relationships with his other children's mothers. When asked if she felt any remorse for disrupting his atmosphere, she boldly said no, because I'm here to just interrupt that pattern. That shit should have been interrupted a long time ago. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant was then asked if she had a follow up conversation with Cam Newton after their sit down and subsequent fallout. She said, he hasn't hit me up to say yes, but he hasn't hit me up to say nah. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant then said she would love to have a conversation with Cam Newton's current girlfriend and newest child's mother, Jasmine Brown, especially after Newton recently admitted to sleeping with other women during their relationship. Dr. Bryant said, who I would love to have a conversation with, whether it's on camera or off, just to more support in her, give her more support in whatever she's doing right now or going through. It's Jazz. Even if it's a private session, I think she needs the tools on how to be in this relationship if she's going to stay. And if she chooses to leave, then needs tools on how to pivot that. She's not going anywhere because when a $1 million nigga put the pressure on you, that's what she was saying in her comedy skit. When a $1 million nigga put the pressure on you, then you might change your mind and let him pour his manure and fertilize an egg of yours. Here's the thing. Um, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant promoting nuclear families is actually detrimental to women as a whole, and studies have shown that to be a fact. When they do the studies, it's always married men and single women. Married women are not getting the good end of the bargain in this. Furthermore, the majority of men who make babies with women do not and are not suitable for partnership, let alone for making a baby. So, to promote a nuclear family, you're actually doing more harm than good. I want you to listen to this woman on TikTok who was talking about, doing a stitch about a woman who said something about the black family being broken up or whatever. And then I also want to show you some trending from, I think, the 1960s on to now on the way that the family dynamic looks over these decades, because Dr. Cheyenne Bryant needs to, and the women who agree with her. Now, I agree that men should not be running around here making babies, making babies, making babies. I do not agree that when they do that, that it creates a quote broken home. Again, a lot of these homes are better suited without the broken man. The broken man needs to go and be by himself somewhere else. He does not need to bring his brokenness and legally attach it to a woman so that he doesn't have to be a baby daddy. A lot of these men they don't even deserve to be the fathers of children, let alone somebody's husband. So let him just have an effect on one person's life, which would be the child, and not another person's life, which would be a woman actually tying themselves to them, legally tying themselves, because it would not be in anyone's best interest to give Jasmine Brown advice to actually marry Cam Newton. That would be horrible, detrimental advice for her. Cam Newton is not someone you want to legally tie yourself with. And the idea of saying, I don't want these men to be baby daddies, you cannot make these men into husbands. You're doing more harm than good. So I want Dr. Cheyenne Bryant to update her operating system, because the nuclear family is called the nuclear family for that reason. And you are trying to promote an institution that on average lasts 8 years. And like I always say, the majority of your marriages will age out before your children do. Your children will turn 18 before your marriage does for more than half of the people, and on average. So while it sounds good, like you don't want the men to run around irresponsibly, like maybe you should promote men not ejaculating in everyone and then women not accepting it, not promoting marriage, because promoting marriage to include making babies is a fool's game. And we're not playing those games anymore. Because again, I will say a lot of these women are better off not legally tying themselves to the men that they had children with. And a lot of women who have legally tied themselves to the man they had children with don't want to be tied to that man anymore. And more than half of them initiate the dissolution of the marriage because they no longer want to be the wife of or the partner of. They end the relationship. Oh, damn. They end the relationship. So while it sounds good to promote marriage and women and men and women getting married in order to have children, it's not a reality. It's not a desire for a lot of people. And the trend in family dynamics has shown you that a man and a woman being married with children, that family dynamic is not what's happening right now. So you need to update your operating system. While, like I said, while it sounds good, it's out of date. It's out of date. And you are ignoring the fact that the quality of the men you are telling to get married, like Cam Newton is unsuitable for partnership. Nick Cannon, unsuitable for partnership. Corey Holcomb, unsuitable for partnership. DJ Envy, unsuitable for partnership. Charlemagne the God, unsuitable for partnership. The majority of men are unsuitable for partnership, and a large majority of women are unsuitable for partnership. unsuitable, should not be participating in relationships at all. People have sex, make babies, relationships end. Nobody should have to feel bad about saying they don't want to be legally tied to a person anymore, because that is not conducive to them. Let's hear what she has to say.
Situation and shift a whole culture of black men. Same with Cam, and it happened. There were a lot of naysayers, but a lot of black men were actually in there creating the virus and saying, listen, Doc is right. We need to create more husbands and less baby daddies. Black men were like, I'm 26. I got 3 kids by 3 different women. And she's right. This ain't it, man. Yeah. We got to do different. That was my intent. And my intent is what.
And a person who lacks that much self-discipline and lacks that much sexual control, they're lacking. They're not going to be suitable to be a husband to anybody. Because no. So while you want to shift a culture, a lot of these men should not be connected to any woman legally as a husband. They're not suitable. None of those men who have all these babies, all these football players, they're not suitable. They're not even making babies to have partnership, let alone you trying to tell the woman that she should be married to this man. No, I wouldn't wish Cam Newton on any woman. I wouldn't wish Nick Cannon on any woman. Absolutely not.
I got 3 kids by 3 different women, and she's right. This ain't it, man. Yeah. We got to do different. That was my intent, and my intent is what manifested. So, and Nick as well. Cam was resistant, but Cam had to answer a lot of questions in his household. Cam had a lot of stuff. He had a lot of different conversations he had to have with that woman. Whether she wants to come out on social media and wear the mask she's been wearing, that mask is off at home. Yeah. Cam had to answer questions. That created a lot of conflict. Conflict is needed for resolve and for shift and change. And so, yeah, entertainment or not, I wanted to make sure that what happened, that the conversation is now being had everywhere. And so my intent was to you that it is time for our community to do things differently. And if you have already created broken houses and homes, you're not doomed, but you need to stop. It's a time to stop. Like, we're not here to.
Just because a man that you had a child with is not in your house does not mean that your home is broken. And you will ask children who come from 2-parent homes who will tell you they begged their mother. They would beg their mother to leave their father. They were happy their mother left their father. They were overjoyed. The home was more broke up with the man there than when he was not there. So we have one thing the BLACK community has to do is stop believing that just because a man is there, that makes the home whole. Because that's not true. It simply is not true. So whether he's there or not, whether there's 2 adults, 1 adult does not make a home broken. 2 adults doesn't make a home whole. It doesn't. 3 adults. You have children that are just the only child in a house full of adults and they hate it. 4 adults, multi-generational home, they hate it. So it doesn't matter how many, the home is only as broke up as the people running the home. So if you have a man who's running around grabbing his dick every single day, trying to be the man, and I guarantee you that that is not a healthy home. You have this man on television, on TV, on internet, saying the things that he is saying. His children are watching him. So we have to get out of believing that because a man isn't there, that the home is broken, that she's going to have to update her operating system. It's so beyond broke up. This was shared in a Discord that I'm in. And this is from the Census Bureau. And this is how U.S. households have changed from 1960 to 2023. Okay. And I'm going to share that with you. But let's listen to a little bit more of what she has to say, because I can break up a lot of the shit she has to say while it sounds good. Like it sounds good in theory, but we know what the reality is and we've seen the numbers, and and to promote that, you're literally like feeding into a fantastical idea of something somebody saw on TV. And in reality, that's not happening. And more of a reality is the homes are not broken when the dad isn't there. They're actually thriving. So a lot of a lot of these talking points that the people have, they're going to have to update them because they're just simply not true. They're just simply not true. Let's hear.
The infidelity, a lot of brokenness in them. These folks, these kids learn how to mask their life as well. And they learn how to overcompensate for what they're missing in broken houses, in women.
She talked about his father, the house that he grew up in. He grew up in a two-parent household. His father was a pastor. What do you think that looked like? What do you think that looked like as he praises his mother for basically enduring his father's bullshit in so many words? What do you think it looks like? And even though he did come from a two-parent home, a Christian two-parent home, look at how he's maneuvering through life. So just in the example of Cam Newton himself, your assertion and your theory is already flawed, because this man came from a whole home, a Christian whole home. And look at his behavior. Look how he shows up. If his values are aligned with his Christian's values, he would have been married to the first woman he was having children with. Not only would he have been married to her, he wouldn't have cheated on her and had another baby outside of the relationship. Or maybe he learned that from his father. Maybe that's what he learned from his father. Because I said it the last time. I wonder if Cam Newton got some brothers and sisters running around here. Because if you learned everything from your father, this behavior is this is what you learned from your dad. So we love the theory. We've learned that it isn't conducive for most women. And using Cam Newton as an example of coming from a whole Christian home led by a man, look at him. So you're going to have to come up with a new approach and stop calling them broken. I would stop calling the homes broken, because Cam Newton, and from what I understand, I'm not sure, I don't know if Nick Cannon was a single mother. So you can't even use them as examples, and neither one of them are suitable for to be anybody's husband. I wouldn't wish Nick Cannon and Cam Newton on anybody they was sticking their dick in. Those women are better off not being married to Nick Cannon. Jasmine is better off not legally attaching herself to Cam Newton. She was a fool to have a baby by him. Girl, no. And to act like you trust him and he can tell you anything, and then you go from being one way, speaking against everything that you're demonstrating. Like she said, wearing a mask. Every time you come down, you got to make sure the baby is right there. So I don't know what you think is going to happen, or maybe you're going to appeal to the other women who are doing what you're doing. I don't know what that is about. But I ain't seen her out. I don't see her cute. She be looking a mess. And all she talks about, shaking her head no, is how she likes to serve and take it up the ass so she can heal some nigga with his fucking hair sticking out of an ugly ass hat.
He hasn't hit me up to say yes, but he's definitely not like nah.
Okay.
But who I would love to have a conversation with, whether it's on camera or not just to more support her in whatever she's doing right now or feeling or going through, is Jazz.
Yeah.
I would love to have a conversation with Jazz, even if it's a private session. I think that she needs tools on how to be in this relationship if she's going to stay. And if she chooses to leave, she needs tools on how to also pivot that. And it's not about having a conversation with her or having a session with her to get her to change her mind. It's about getting her to feel supported and showing compassion, and then trying to figure out where she wants to navigate from here.
She's okay with that. So if she understands and she is willing and she's like, okay, I'm all in, I'm abiding by every rule that you have, then what the hell are you going to talk to her about? What can you say to her that'll change
I think
how
it's
happy
helping,
she is
I think
with
it's
this?
helping her come to.
He's like, nah.
to herself. And I think that Jazz got herself into something that, one, she didn't understand that she was getting herself into, and I think she would love to backpedal if she could. But where do you go from here? You have a child. A lot of women, especially Black women, stay because they don't want to be a product of a broken house.
Yeah.
And they don't want to be a single mom. Who wants to be a statistic?
Or
who
you
wants to be that?
or
right?
you
And
could,
so for her,
who wants to be a statistic? You can either be a divorce statistic, because those are really high, or you can be a single mother, solo parent statistic with your edges, right? Your cortisol level intact, being healthy, being at peace in your home. What do you want to do? I would rather be that statistic, because I guarantee you there's more value in a child than there is in a man. I'm sorry. Oh, that did not sound right, but that's how I feel.
got herself into something that, one, she didn't understand that she was getting herself into, and I think she would love to backpedal if she could. But where do you go from here? You have a child. A lot of women, especially Black women, stay because they don't want to be a product of a broken house.
Yeah.
And they don't want to be a single mom. Who wants to be a statistic? Who wants to be that? Right. And so for her, I understand why she would want to stay to make it work. But for this woman who you not only have a child with, but you are in a relationship with. You're waiting.
And the fact that anybody is like gonna have a conversation like, y'all need to be married. That would be that's the absolute worst advice to give Jasmine, is to get married to Cam Newton. Let's read some of the comments. I said, quote, who wants to be a statistic? I would rather be a single mother statistic than a divorced mother statistic. Be clear, a grown man is not more valuable than a child. That's what I said. Nick and Cam and most men with children would make horrible marital partners, and that's facts. The majority of people with children don't deserve to be in a relationship with another adult. They're unsuitable. Look at the numbers. The average marriage in the United States lasts 8 years, and more than half end in divorce initiated by the woman. Again, most people do not belong in intimate romantic relationships, let alone marriages, and having children has nothing to do with that. I know a lot of women who have had children with men who thank God they didn't marry those men. I thank Mother God I never legally tied myself to the man I had children with. Nick and Cam and men like them aren't suitable for marriage. A man or a marriage is not an investment that has a higher return on the investment for women. She's not saying the quiet part out loud, and I'll say it. These homes with these men in them are more broken than they are without them. Y'all are giving the illusion that a man is what you need in order to make things work. And if you ask a lot of these children, they are thankful that they grew up in a home without a man their mother had them with. Marriage is not the answer. Somebody said, but isn't she single? It's always single ladies giving out information. That's comical, because the married ones are actually too afraid to come out and say they made a horrible mistake until they can't take it anymore. That's what she's not saying. A lot of these women stay in these marriages not because they don't want their children to come from broken homes. It's because they don't want to look like they fucked up. And they fucked up, and they chose this fucking man who's fucking stressing them out. They don't want to look stupid to their community. There's a lot of them that are doing that. They don't want to admit, girl, I messed up. They won't tell you they fucked up until after you get married and invite you into the club. Come on in here. Don't you want to be in here with us? Come on here. We got wine, popcorn. Come on. And we're going to sit around like on Jungle Fever and talk about how these men are mistreating them and how they do all the work and how they're a married single mother. You know how frustrating it has to be? Frustrating it has to be to live with a person who is not helping you, and then to tell the community that he's the head of household. I would want to feed that nigga a knuckle sandwich every night, punch him in the face like, oh, I was just asleep. Just get up and be like, bow, and punch him in the face, and then go back to sleep. I was just having a fight. I was just fighting. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. And about 2 weeks later, wake up and be like, boom, Oh, baby, I was having another fight while asleep. No, we do not condone domestic violence. I was just joking, okay? Relax, relax, relax. She's loud. I wish Kevin Samuels was here to debate her, but y'all love these loud types. Kevin Samuels was that y'all were taking advice from him. He wasn't married and was fucking whores. What are you talking about? And his health was out of whack. Nothing he was saying was what he was presenting at all. Not at all. And then his death was poetic justice, bitch. Get your ass up out of here underneath a whore after drinking a Red Bull. Bye. Shout out to Nene Leaks. Bye, motherfucker. This lady is speaking facts. She's a doctor of the mind and human action. It's her job. Think of it like this. Does your doctor have to be sick in order to treat you or cure you from your sickness? It is a qualification that makes the doctor validated. You want a sick doctor? She isn't wrong and hasn't told one lie. Jazzy Brown doesn't value herself. There's no way Cam Newton should have shared that information publicly. Why did he? The public need to know. Why did the public need to know? It's embarrassing and disrespectful. Bruh, I would pay to see her have a conversation with Rashida. With so much understanding of relationship dynamics, why can't she find a husband? There's plenty of quality black men out there. That's not true. That is not true. And the men aren't asking y'all to marry them. Y'all waiting for them to ask you. 13 years, 10 years. That's what y'all be. Girl. And the fact that she's not married should be an actual indicator that she probably has some standards that these men cannot reach. And some of the girls, their standards are low down in the gutter, honey, down there with it, talking about, come down here and play with me. That's what their damn values and standards are, girl. We don't like to hear it, but she's right. It's not all men's fault either. We definitely take some part in it, because if a man has 4 to 5 kids already with 4 to 5 baby mamas, what makes you want kids with him too? That's true. Baby, that's true, honey. Girl, if you like the third baby, if you the third baby mama, the fourth, if you the fifth baby mama, girl, absolutely not. The sixth baby, like, some of the time I just don't understand it. And for me, when women have children with men who have a bunch of other women and baby mamas and all that stuff, I think that she actually believes she's going to be different, because there's no way that there's something. It's not there. It's not all the way there. So yeah, no. Y'all not even getting the point. Can we please stop creating multiple broken homes? That's it, and that's all. What ladies don't understand is that she has a connection with him that you all will never have, mainly because you're obsessed with sexual possession as a way to manage your own insecurity. She wants his heart, not his genitalia. Girl, shut up. This is Dr. Boyce Watkins again. Shut up. Shut up. Looking like Elmer Fudd. Shut up. It's duck season, nigga. Shut up. One day I want more from our community. I want us to leverage qualified resources and persons to speak about marriage and families. These conversations are rife with opinion, and without a person who is licensed there. It should be stated that this is an opinion, but however, it's presented as an expert fact. The concept of brokenness needs to be further explored. There's so many clinical psychologists and therapists that can offer insight on this topic. A qualified expertise with ethics and without ulterior motives. I honestly feel like there's no right way. There's no book on this shit. Everyone is entitled to live however the way they decide. Y'all tell a man not to have kids with multiple women because he's creating a broken home. Then no, why would you go? Why would you go to being transphobic? Jasmine shouldn't have said anything after Cam's interview. It made her look really bothered. She turned into women she used to talk about. She's in the denial stage now. It ain't hit her yet. Why is everybody in Jasmine's business? Because she's a public figure. And the father of her children, her boyfriend, is out saying that he has slept with other women while they've been together. And she's sitting over there, and she has publicly had really strong criticisms of women who act just how she's acting right now. That would be like me turning around and y'all would be like, girl, what the fuck? If y'all, girl, can you imagine if I really had a nigga over here? Like for real, y'all would be like, girl, what the fuck? Absolutely fucking not. You talking all that shit, and as a super, a nigga put the pressure on you. When a nigga put the pressure on you, girl, shut up. What pressure can this nigga who looks like a fucking rooster put on you, girl? You wanted to fold, you turned into a fucking pretzel. And when you look back at this portion of your life, you are going to say, I betrayed myself. I wasn't true to myself, because there's no way you can be that loud and then in a matter of a year or two flip like you did and then be like, I love the serve. I love the serve. Girl. I just, girl, stop. Girl. Broken homes. It's, girl, let's see what else.
I said, Cam, before we didn't even say Cam.
Okay, let me let you listen to this woman who said this. Hold on, let me let you listen.
What the fuck white women gotta do?
Okay.
So we already let the white women convince us to kick out the black fathers, and we didn't.
Oh, brother. Girl, what the fuck is you talking about? What the fuck white women gotta do with black men making the decision to not be fucking fathers? What do white women gotta do with black men not making the decision to fucking marry the same women they are laying down and procreating with? Nobody give a fuck about these nuclear families, that these traditional nuclear families that y'all asses are continuously trying to promote under the guise of patriarchy society. Nobody gives a fuck no more. And I also want to put out there, as a mental health practitioner, there is nothing unhealthy about somebody choosing to stay single just for their sake of their mental health. Actually, it's more unhealthy to choose to sit back and actually place your entire life around the fact of needing a fucking man. That's more unhealthy than someone choosing to be alone for their own mental health sake. Women are not breeding grounds. Women are not born and bred for a fucking man. And I'm glad women are waking the fuck up and realizing that they mean more to this world than just being some shit that a man can beat the fuck out you for, being a nigga's punching bag, being a nigga's breeding fucking machine, being a nigga's secretary, being a nigga's psychologist for free, being their medical their medical doctor. Like, I can go on and fucking on about the stress, the turmoil, and the abuse women have to face each and every fucking day because of because a man fucking exists.
Right.
And aside from women, let's also talk about the children who are also in fear of their fucking life because of fucking man. Let's also talk about the animals, because we don't ever talk about animals either.
Girl, we don't talk about the animals that in the shelters, the animals they have that they can only be put in homes with women because the sound of a man's voice. The animal has PTSD from the sound of a man's voice. The animals, y'all get in the comments that work at shelters. The shelters be having signs on the thing that the animal cannot be in a home with a man because it has PTS fucking D. We don't talk about the animals. When I say a national health and safety threat,
fear of men, because just because of how abusive men are as a fucking whole. So let's stop centering men in every fucking thing because you want to be picked, and let's actually start caring about our mental health as a fucking as a unit. Okay, because we need each other. And right now, continuously trying to push this narrative that women need men when all we need is our fucking self at the end of the damn day, especially with inflation going on. Come on now, be fucking for real.
Be fucking for real. That lady said it. And I want to share you these statistics right here. U.S. households have changed over from 1960 to 2023. It's a chart. I'm going to put it up on the screen. In 1960, the married parents was 44.2%. This source is the Census Bureau. 44.2%. As of 2023, it's down to 17.9%. Single parents were 4.4%. It's gone up to 7.4%. Single with no kids, it was 13.1%. Now it's 29%. It says a record 58.4% of American households now consist of a married or single adults without children. Married with no kids, 30%, it's only gone down 29.4%. Other, which is households with unmarried partners, roommates, or adult relatives, it went from 8.1% to 16.3%. So the way that households look with married parents is actually going down. That family dynamic is no longer, and studies have shown it is not always beneficial. So people are opting out of it. They don't want to be involved in those things. And you cannot say that their home is broken. Use that word to describe a home because it doesn't have a man in there. When studies have shown that with the man there, it's more hostile, it's more, the kids have more anxiety, especially given the way that these men are socialized to show up. That's the problem. Stop trying to get these men to marry people. They don't need to be married. They don't need to have kids. They need to be on this journey by themselves. Nick Cannon doesn't deserve children. Cam Newton doesn't deserve children. They shouldn't be in relationships with women, let alone marriages with women. But no, we have a society where the man with the money has the resources, gets the pussy. So when a nigga put a pressure on you, then you turn yourself into a goddamn pretzel and look like a fucking idiot for the community. It's a public humiliation kink, I'm convinced. So the way that she's running around, Cheyenne Bryant running around promoting men being in the home with the women, no. That's not it. That's not it. Ooh, that's a long time, y'all. I didn't think it was. Last time I looked up, it was 22. So that's it for that. I guess are we done?
So my intent
Let's see.
Just that have a lot of infidelity, a lot of brokenness in them. These folks, these kids learn how to mask their life as well. And they learn how to overcompensate for what they're missing in broken houses, in womanizing or manizing ways. And that becomes an issue. And then it just becomes a dysfunctional pattern where they keep creating this. They get comfortable in dysfunction and say, I'm thriving here. No, you're not. You've learned to survive. Yeah. And you're teaching everybody else who you are, creating or procreating how to survive.
So like with the Cam situation, is in there like a follow-up conversation with him, or like he wants to work through more stuff now? He's like, nah.
He hasn't hit me up to say yes, but he's definitely not like nah.
Okay.
Let's listen. Let me see if I can. Wait.
He's like, nah.
He hasn't hit me up to say yes, but he's definitely not like nah.
Okay.
But who I would love to have a conversation with, whether it's on camera or not just to more support her in whatever she's doing right now or feeling or going through, is Jazz.
Yeah.
I would love to have a conversation with Jazz, even if it's a private session. I think that she needs tools on how to be in this relationship if she's going to stay. And if she chooses to leave, she needs tools on how to also pivot that. And it's not about having a conversation with her or having a session with her to get her to change her mind.
This is the comment right here. Let me go down to it. Here, let me see if I can find it. Where did it go? I'm glad she's discussing the broken homes that are created in unhealthy marriages and divorce as well, not just a baby daddy, baby mama dynamic. Unhealthy marriages and divorces are bad for our culture as well. She's spot on. This thread sounds like a bunch of upset baby mamas who don't understand the importance of a two-parent household. Yes, but the two-parent household is only as good as the parent. That's what y'all fail to realize. If the man he doesn't have any business being a parent, he don't need to be around these children. Yes, the girl had a baby with him, but just because he produced a baby doesn't mean that he can be a good father. And that's the unfortunate thing. That's why they count on people not planning their pregnancies. They count on things just happening. Because if you really took time and planned it, a lot of these men are undeserving, not just of children, but to be married. They keep listening to a woman who can't keep a relationship and criticizes black love. There's no such thing as black love. Love is love, and even that is a fucking theory because the shit is fleeting. You think Cam Newton loves his child's mother when he took her car away from her that she had for so long? All of a sudden he wanted to take her transportation away from her. He don't love her, never have. They talking about DDG has already moved on. You see how niggas move on from a relationship? I said plot twist, he was never in a relationship. Yeah, a lot of women are just duped into duplicating a nigga's DNA, and after the baby comes, he's fucking out. I got you, and the baby has his last name, baby. If y'all stop that, then we're not getting married, and the baby is having my last name. They would stop all this shit. Because the way that DDG and Hallie are not even together anymore, and he's already laid up with somebody else, he was never in a relationship. He just wanted to have a baby with Little Mermaid. That's it. That's it. That's why I hate these fucking dating shows, especially the ones with the public figures. You are just giving a man an opportunity to show his face on camera and open the floodgates for him to have access to more women. Because if you can get close to K Michelle, Delicious, and whoever else is on, what's the girl's name? Tamar. If you can get close to the people, yeah, that's going to open it up because the women are going to associate. Well, if Tamar's fucking him, he's good. He's good. That's a good man. Let me go and try and fuck him too. And they were never in a relationship with you. They promised a relationship with you. They told you they was in a relationship, but they were never in a relationship. And you're okay with it because a man would just be a man. And should I take him back after he stuck his dick in another person? Girl, should I? Girl, should I? I mean, what are we really talking about? And I'm standing on this, dying on this hill. The majority of men with children do not deserve offspring, let alone to be somebody's husband. Girl, why would you wish that on anybody? None of these niggas are suitable for partnership. A lot of these women aren't suitable for partnership. Hello? And trying to do it over and over and over and again just to do what? Make a song, have something to write about? Girl, fuck that. People are choosing their happiness. People are choosing their peacefulness. People are choosing their sanity. Fuck a man, period. For a lot of women, they have realized him being here actually makes my life worse, sir. He doesn't bring value to my life. And then y'all tell her she didn't choose right. So she goes and chooses another one and she gets the same result. Goes and chooses another one, gets the same result. And people still telling her, you just need to choose better. You just need to choose better. Nobody's telling the niggas to be better though. Nobody. Because they already have the excuse to be ain't shit built into their existence. I'm just a man. I'm just going to fuck you up, bitch. I'm just going to fuck it up. And then you're going to sit around with your friends and ask each other if it's a deal breaker. And I done crawled up between another woman's leg, laid in between her, pumped my dick in and out of her. And y'all sitting up there talking about, should I take them back? Girl.
Tired ass, po ass, raggedy ass, slow ass niggas.
I gotta go. Take care of each other. Take care of your pussy. Mind your pussy. Practice 4B. Somebody said 4B was I'll get into that. I've got to go. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Protect your poom poom too. Don't let these weird ass niggas crawl in between your legs and sweat on you. Ill. And just like they said in elementary school, bitch, you need to go by that. They got cooties, okay? They got cooties and they go to Jupiter to get more stupider. All right? Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Peace.